I'm heading back to Japan really soon, and so it is now time for me to set up my traveler's notebooks ready to take with me to Japan. I thought I would sit down and share with you what my setup will be for when I travel. It's a little bit different to when I usually travel, and it is completely different to what I usually have in my day-to-day traveler's notebook. So I'm going to show you what I do and don't take with me, and chat a little bit about why my Japan setup in my traveler's notebooks is so different to traveling anywhere else. So the reason I have 4 traveler's notebooks here is because these 2 were my first ones that I used when I first went to Japan. I'm now going back for my 3rd trip, and I'm going to be using these 2 notebooks here. During the year between my travels, I've actually been storing some of the notebook inserts in these ones, which I need to transfer over to my sort of active covers. So let's get those inserts out that I need to move over to my new notebooks. Firstly, this is my Traveller's Factory Airport passport size, and I used this to carry my passports when I first got it. Inside, I have one of these paper cardboard inserts, and I actually cut it in the middle to make it a little bit wider so I could slot in my passports on either side, because I have 2 passports. Now I mostly use this to store my Eki stamp notebooks. So here's one from, I think this is the first trip, and this is the one from my 2nd trip last year. And what I'm going to take out from this one is this middle insert. So this is the sticker release paper. So I've used this on my travels, and you can see I still have some various pieces of tape and stickers and things. So this is where I will put all of my Ferrero Rocher stickers, but anything that I collect on the way and I want to hold on to. So it's a really useful insert to have with you when you're traveling. If you're collecting ephemera to put in a travel journal, I'd recommend using this one. And I use the passport size when I'm traveling in Japan because it's just convenient. I do have a full regular size sticker release paper refill, but I use that for other stickers and washi tape swatches. So I'm going to put this one away. I'm not taking this one with me this time. And I'm just going to take this insert, which I will move into my other passport size. Now in this Traveller's Factory station notebook, which I carried around with me when I first travelled there, and it got a really lovely patina, and I love having all of these brass accessories on it. But I want to use my Love and Trip cover for this trip. And in here, there's Speak of the Devil, Love and Trip. So this is another insert, which I will talk about in a minute. But these 2 regular refills, so I've got the lightweight paper refill here, which you can see I've already used on previous trips. So I've still got, I think, plenty of paper left. Let me just double check. Yeah, I think that's enough to take with me. So I like to take this regular size lightweight paper refill with me, so that if I know I'm going to have sort of a stamp heavy day where I'd like to have extra copies of the stamp to maybe put in a travel journal later, I will take this one with me. Also in here, like I said, is my other sticker release paper. So in this one you can see I put sort of one of each of any stickers I have, so that when I'm journaling I can just go in. These are some other random bits and pieces. But yeah, just so I can go in and just take them straight off the page rather than having to find them. And then I have all of my washi tape swatches in here as well. But I'm not going to take this one with me. So I'm going to separate these and just take out the lightweight paper insert. I had these ones connected by a rubber band, so I will just take that out of there and put that to the side. So this is another insert I'm going to take with me. And I will put my lovely station cover away as well. One thing I'm actually going to do is I'm going to take this connecting band, and I'm going to keep it with this size notebook, because I don't think I'm going to have 3 notebooks in my setup. So I think I will take the elastic band just in case, like while I'm there, if I want to add another notebook, I've got it on hand. So starting with the passport size traveller's notebook, this is the camel cover that I had customized in Kurashiki last year. I have a whole video on it if you'd like to see that process, but this is what I carry my passports in. Like I mentioned, I have 2 passports, so I had this one customized so that it would have 2 pockets on either side for me to slot my passports into. Now I've put in these passport size notebooks to stand in for my passports because I didn't want to accidentally, share all of my personal information with you. But essentially this is the setup that I travel with. So I have the clear folder around the elastic here, and what I will do is I will put this sticker paper into the elastic in the middle, and this is how I will carry it around. So I have my 2 passports on either side, and then I have the sticker release paper in the middle. And because when you're traveling in Japan, like with many countries around the world, you should have your passport with you at all times. So having the sticker release paper with me at all times means I can collect those stickers and bits of tape really easily. And I will only carry one of my passports while I'm in Japan, the one that has my entry visa in it, and the other one I will store safely in the safe at the hotel. Also, what I have in here, which I have covered up the detail, but I have a Suica card from my last visit. I had to get a personalised one because they weren't handing out the blank ones while I was there. And then in the UK, we have this UK Global Health Insurance card. I don't think it really does much, but I just have it on hand just in case of emergencies. And one more thing that I put into my clear zip case is I will put an air tag into the setup, because I will put it into my luggage when I'm traveling, but when I'm carrying it around day to day, I put my air tag in here so that when I'm walking around with this in my bag, so if I happen to leave it or if it happened to get stolen, there's just that little extra peace of mind. Now, I showed you some of my Eki-Stamp notebooks, and I want to keep them the same size, so I'm planning to use this Love and Trip insert when I'm back to collect Eki-Stamps. Now, I haven't put it into this one because it's already getting a bit chunky, but also because you wouldn't get a very even surface to print on. So I always keep my stamp book separate, and I will just sort of tuck it in next to my passport TN so that I can quickly take it out, stamp on it, and then put it away. Because if I was faffing with opening this up and, flicking through and getting to it, it would just be a bit of a hassle. And sometimes you are rushing through a station or somewhere and you just want to quickly get the stamp. So I always keep this loose and free and easy to grab when I'm needing to collect an Eki-Stamp. So this is a notebook that I would only take with me when I'm traveling in Japan, because there are stamps everywhere to collect. I have a few videos on them as well if you'd like to check them out on my channel. And this is probably a great time as well to say, if you're enjoying this video and you want to watch all these other videos of mine, please do consider subscribing. I do have more videos from Japan coming with this upcoming trip, and I cannot wait to share more of my stamp collecting and stationery buying adventures in Japan with you. So you'll want to subscribe so you know when I put out those videos. So yeah, if I was traveling somewhere in Europe or elsewhere, I probably wouldn't take a specific notebook just for collecting stamps, because I've never been anywhere else yet that has a sort of prolific amount of stamps to collect. So this is unique to my Japan setup, but the rest of my setup in here is pretty standard. I'll take the sticker release paper on other trips because you're always getting little stickers and things when you're traveling. So that is the passport setup done, and let's take a look at the regular traveler's notebook setup that I have. So this is currently my day-to-day setup, and I will walk you through it quickly. I love having this little leather bear with the traveler's notebook in its mouth, and I have my charm from the Starbucks Reserve Roastery in Tokyo. I also have the clip, which is getting a very nice patina, and I also bought this in Japan on my first trip. And I will take this with me as well when I travel, because the heaviness of the brass clip is really, really useful when you're sort of in small spaces, in unfamiliar territory as it is, when you're trying to use your journal. So inside the journal at the moment, I have the plastic, oh, there's lots of things tucked into it. I've got the insert that wraps around with, again, the zip case at the back. I like to have these sort of slide-in pockets at the front, as you can see. I put lots of stickers on them, and I keep my pencil board in here as well. And then I also have this additional Suica Penguin sort of clear file. I'm not sure if I really need this while I'm traveling, and just to lighten the load a little bit, I'm going to choose to leave this one behind And hey, maybe I'll find a really cute one while I'm there again and buy another one, but this one is so adorable. Sorry for the light reflecting on it, but it's so cute with the little penguin with all the fruits. But I'm going to leave this one behind. At the moment I have 3 inserts in this notebook. The first one is I started a commonplace notebook at the start of the year and I did not get very far with it at all. I think I got to page 13. So I've mostly kept it in here because it makes it easier for my middle one, which I use more to write on. So I will be taking out my commonplace notebook. The one that I will be keeping in here is this middle insert, which I'm almost finished, but I want to take it with me because it's where I put lots of research and notes for my walking tours and for my videos. And I did actually, after I came back from my trip to Japan last year, use this notebook to write down some notes about the places that I had visited that I wanted to talk about in the little vlogs that I posted. So this time I'm going to take it with me so that I can take these notes while I'm on the trip, because it takes a lot of time to put these things together. But I don't think I'm going to do the full vlogs again. I've sort of got more themed videos planned, and also gives me more time to spend just enjoying myself on the trip, as well as sharing parts of it that I love with you guys. So I'm going to keep this middle notebook in, and then you've probably seen some flashes of it, but I also have a whole video about making this sort of portable art gallery insert up on the channel. And while it is beautiful, I do not need to take this with me, so I'm going to prioritize taking the lightweight paper insert, the middle insert, and then have room for other inserts while I'm there. So because the other 2 notebooks are bound by one of the connecting bands, I can just slide it out like this, and I might actually just throw it back into my Traveller's Factory station insert just so that it is safe until I come home. So because I still want to leave this one on that middle elastic, I'm just going to take this connecting band elastic and put it back onto the lightweight paper. You can see some of the stamps there that I collected in Tokyo when I was there previously. And I will just connect it using the back page of this notebook. So they're there together like that, and I always just like to give it a little wiggle just to make sure everything is sitting nicely, and make sure that I get the charms facing the right way, and they are not. So it takes some practice to make sure you're putting the elastic back around properly. But that is pretty much it for my setup for Japan. So hopefully that's been useful for you to see if you are planning a trip to Japan, or maybe you're just planning a trip somewhere and you wanted to see how someone else sets up their traveler's notebooks to do so. And I've just remembered one last thing. I do carry my regular size notebook in one of these canvas pouches, because as much as I like the patina developing, I also like to keep it safe when I'm traveling. So I will probably take this Tokyo Station canvas pouch with me on my trip. So thanks again for joining me. I hope that you've enjoyed this video, and like I said, I have many more videos about Japan and Traveler's Notebook coming, so please do consider subscribing, and leave me a comment down below letting me know if you have a similar setup to me, or if you travel with a completely different setup, because I know everyone has their own approach to traveling, and maybe you find some inserts more useful than others, and I would love to hear what those are. So thanks again, and I will see you again soon. Bye!